Chapter 3, The Shadow Order. Lena and Kai emerged from the shifting chaos of the mirror world into an unexpected calm. The oppressive gloom of the city gave way to a quieter, more mysterious ambience as they stumbled upon a hidden enclave nestled deep within the urban ruins. This was no ordinary refuge but a secretive sanctuary inhabited by a clandestine group known as the Shadow Order. The enclave was a stark contrast to the shattered glass towers and eerie streets they had traversed. Here, the air was thick with the scent of incense and old parchment, and the dim light was softened by the glow of flickering lanterns. Cloaked figures moved silently through the shadows, their faces partially obscured by hoods. This was a place of secrets and ancient rituals, where every corner seemed to whisper untold stories. As Lena and Kai were led deeper into the enclave by their guide, a figure clad in a flowing black robe, they were struck by the sight of an ancient altar at the center of a grand hall. The room was adorned with faded tapestries depicting celestial maps and strange symbols, their meanings lost to time, still conveying an air of profound significance. The leader of the Shadow Order awaited them at the altar. Her presence was commanding, her eyes sharp and intense beneath her hood. As she approached, the air seemed to crackle with a palpable energy, drawing Lena and Kai's attention to her enigmatic demeanor. The woman's gaze lingered on Kai, a spark of recognition flickering in her eyes. "Welcome, travelers," the woman intoned, her voice smooth yet authoritative. "I am Soraya, the keeper of the Order. I've been expecting you." Lena felt a sudden pang of unease. Soraya's eyes, while warm, held a mysterious depth, and her attention to Kai was not lost on Lena. She watched as Soraya stepped closer to Kai, their interaction charged with an unspoken history. "Is it true?" Soraya continued, her voice softening as she addressed Kai. "You've returned." Kai's expression tightened. "I didn't expect to see you here, Soraya. I thought you were gone?" Soraya finished for him, her tone tinged with melancholy. "The Order and I have always existed in the shadows, just as we do now." Lena's jealousy simmered beneath her calm exterior. The connection between Soraya and Kai was undeniable, and it stung more than she anticipated. The unspoken tension between them was evident, and Lena could feel the weight of her own feelings for Kai growing heavier. Soraya's gaze shifted to Lena, a flicker of curiosity crossing her face. "And who is this?" "This is Lena," Kai introduced, his voice firm but cautious. "She's with me." Soraya's smile was enigmatic. "Lena, we've heard of you. The one who seeks the core." Lena met Soraya's gaze with equal parts curiosity and wariness. "We've come to find it, yes. But we're also here to learn more about this world and the portal." Soraya's eyes gleamed with a mix of interest and something else, perhaps a hint of challenge. "The portal is sacred to us. It is our gateway to refuge, a passage to other dimensions where we can find new beginnings." "Refuge?" Lena asked, intrigued. "From what?" "From a world that no longer welcomes us," Soraya answered, her tone heavy with unspoken sorrow. "We are the remnants of those who sought escape, and the portal is our beacon of hope." Lena and Kai exchanged glances. It was clear that the Order saw the portal not just as a passage but as a lifeline. Soraya's offer, though enticing, carried an undercurrent of complexity. Soraya continued, her voice taking on a more formal tone. "I can help you find the core, but in return, you must assist us. There are other dimensions we seek access to, and your knowledge and skills could be invaluable to our cause. Lena's mind raced. The opportunity to find the core was tantalizing, but aligning with the Order and its mysterious leader was a gamble. Still, with no other clear path forward, Lena nodded. We accept your offer, but we need to be certain of your intentions. Soraya's smile was both reassuring and inscrutable. Of course. Follow me. Soraya led them through a series of hidden passages beneath the city. The corridors were narrow and winding, their walls adorned with ancient symbols and glowing runes that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. The atmosphere grew increasingly dense with anticipation as they approached the sanctuary where the core was believed to be hidden. At last, they reached the entrance to the sanctuary, a vast chamber illuminated by an eerie, pulsating light. In the center of the room stood the core, a radiant artifact encased in an intricate lattice of energy. Its glow was mesmerizing, shifting through a spectrum of colors that seemed to dance with a life of their own. However, guarding the core was an entity of immense power, a spectral being that seemed to warp reality around it. Its form was ethereal, shifting between shadows and light, and it exuded an aura of intense emotional manipulation. The entity's presence was overwhelming, creating illusions that preyed on Lena and Kai's deepest fears and desires. As they approached the core, Lena and Kai were bombarded with vivid hallucinations. Lena saw visions of herself alone and abandoned, while Kai was haunted by images of loss and betrayal. The illusions intensified the tension between them, amplifying their feelings in both unsettling and profound ways. Kai, we need to stay focused, Lena urged, her voice trembling as she tried to break free from the entity's grasp. I know, Kai replied, his voice strained but determined. We have to get through this together. Their shared struggle against the entity's manipulations forced them to confront their emotions. As they fought through the illusions, their bond grew stronger, their mutual support solidifying their connection. With a final, concerted effort, they managed to retrieve the core from its protective lattice. Breathing heavily, they emerged from the sanctuary, the artifact securely in their possession. Lena and Kai's relief was palpable, but the atmosphere between them was charged with unresolved feelings. They walked back through the hidden passages in silence, each lost in their own thoughts. As they reached the surface, Lena couldn't contain her emotions any longer. She confronted Kai about his past with Soraya, her voice a mix of frustration and vulnerability. What's your history with Soraya? What's really going on? Kai's face was conflicted. It's complicated. Soraya and I have a past, but it's not what you think. I've been running from my own mistakes and the things I left behind. Their confrontation was intense, but it was also a moment of honesty and connection. Lena's feelings for Kai were raw and unfiltered, and as they faced each other, their emotions finally spilled over. In a moment of shared passion and understanding, Kai pulled Lena into a deep, fervent kiss. It was a kiss born from their trials, their fears, and their undeniable chemistry. The intensity of the moment was both a culmination of their experiences and a promise of what lay ahead. As they broke the kiss, both were left breathless and yearning. The world around them seemed to hold its breath, the weight of their shared experiences settling between them. With the core in hand and their feelings for each other exposed, they faced the uncertain path ahead, their bond forged in the fires of their ordeal. And so, Lena and Kai stood on the brink of their next adventure, their hearts intertwined and their resolve stronger than ever as they prepared to face whatever awaited them in the enigmatic depths of the mirror world.